Welcome to Double Bass with the Bass Pixie. So we haven't posted a video for ages, but that is because we have lots of new technology, lots of new things coming. There's a new website being launched in the next couple of weeks, fingers crossed. There's been a lot of holdbacks and things, but it is coming and it is so much improved on the old one. So for anybody who's already a patron, it's a lot more streamlined, a lot easier to use. We're still doing a lot of upgrades behind the scenes over the next year or so. There's a lot of plans for the site, but it is already new and improved and looking better for you guys. We've also got, ta-da! So I hope you guys like the upgrades, and we're going to start this week with a request I've had for a nice simple song to play along to, and it's His Latest Flame by Elvis Presley.
So the original bass line played on His Latest Flame was played by a double bassist called Bob Moore. Now the original bass line is all played pizzicato. So we're going to first learn the song pizzicato, but then we're going to add the slap technique to this song, because I play this song with my band Bamboozle and I think it makes a great addition to the feel of this song.
So we're going to break the song down into sections. We are going to start by playing it pizzicato, which is just fingers. And then once we've learnt the notes, we're going to go on to adding the slap, because the slap rhythm is a little bit more complicated. So the song is broken down into sections. We've got an intro section, we've got a verse, we've got a B section or a bridge, and then we've got the outro. And the intro and the verse are really, really similar and really, really simple. The song is in the key of G major and it's only got 4 chords in the whole song. So the intro has literally got 2 chords alternating 3 times over. So your first chord is your G chord, okay? And then we've got an E minor chord, okay, which is the 6th chord in the scale of G major. If you want to know more about chords and structures, there are videos on my channel, and we're going to look deeper into that as well as this year goes on. But just so you've got a little bit of information, it is the 6th chord. So the G is the first chord, obviously, and E minor is the 6th. So we're going to start with that open G, and the rhythm is syncopated, which means it doesn't always fall on the beat. It's not entirely syncopated, but there is a little bit, so it's a little bit of an awkward rhythm. So we're going to play on the 1, we're going to play on the and of the 2, and we're going to play on the 4. So it goes 1, 2 and 3, 4, okay? 1, 2 and 3, 4. You can put the little slap in there if you want to, but you don't have to. You could just do 1, 2 and 3, 4. Okay, and it's just 3 open Gs. Then we have 2 E's, which fall on the 2 and the 3 of the next bar. Just for you absolute beginners, the E that we're playing is on the D string, and it's not the first, but the 2nd fret, okay? So as in where the frets would be on a bass guitar or a guitar, it's the 2nd one. So we literally move, we can either use our normal hand position, which you can look at in one of my previous videos about left hand position, and we can either put 2 fingers down, like this, or move your hand down 1 position to have that first finger playing the E. So we've got 1, 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? And we just repeat that 3 times, and that is your intro. Okay, moving on to the verse. Now the verse is really, really easy. It's exactly the same as the intro until we get to the bit where he says, "And Marie's the name of his latest flame." So in this verse, you have 4 bars, 4 bars, 3 bars, and then 4 bars. And the 3 bar part is the part where the chords change. So let's look at those 3 bars. So we've just played the G to the E minor. Now we're going to stay here on the E minor. And the rhythm is the same as the G chord that we do. So when we do this, it's the same here on this E minor. Now what I like to do is, you can stay on the E if you want. But I like, because we're moving down to the C, I like to do E, E, followed by an open D on that one, because then it leads you down to the C chord, which is the next chord we're going to play. And then what we're going to do is we have a C chord and a D chord, which are chords 4 and 5 in the G major scale. So the C chord and the D chord we're going to break down into what we call a broken chord or an arpeggio. So to do that, we're going to play notes 1, 3 and 5 of that chord. Now, the chord we're playing is C major. So note 1 would be C, and the C we're going to play is on the open A string. Again, you can move your hand down one position and put 2 fingers down, or you can play it, if you're holding it in the first position, you can play it with all fingers down with your little finger, okay? So we can play that C, so that's number 1. And then the second note of that chord, which is note number 3 in the scale, would be the E, so the E we've been playing already. And then the third note that we're going to play, which is the 5th note in the scale, will be the open G. Okay, so we put them together and we're going to play that in exactly the same rhythm as the G and the E minor we've just played previously. So we're going to go C, E, G. So it goes 1, 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3, 4. And then we're going to do exactly the same with the D chord. So the first note of the D scale is that open D. Not the top string, the next one down, open D. Now this is why I like to hold my hand position 1 down. So we're going to play the open D, and then we're going to play the F sharp, which is all fingers down, moved down 1, like this. And then we're going to move on to the A, which is on the G string, in the same position as that E. And again, it's the same rhythm, so put together. Okay. 1, 2 and 3, 4. So let's put that whole verse together. So we're going to do the G and the E minor 4 times through. And then we're going to do that little 3-bar section, which is the E minor, the C, and then the D. And then we're going to go back to playing the G and the E minor twice more. And that completes your verse. So when it's put together, it sounds like this. And then after that first verse, you actually repeat that verse once again. The structure of the song goes intro, verse, and then the verse again, only the first time through. Then it goes to the B section. Okay, so now we're going to look at the intro and the verse with the slap. This is where it gets a little bit complicated. So we're going to count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay? So the easiest way to learn this might just be to listen to it and feel it and play it, okay? But if you're really technical, we're going to do the 1s and 2s and 3s and 4s. So, slow it right down. So we're going to play that G on the 1, we're going to play nothing on the and we're going to slap on the 2. Then we know that we play the second G on the and. We're going to speed that up just a little bit. So we're going to go 1 and 2 and, okay? 1 and 2 and. That's the first bit. Then the next slap comes on the 3 and. So we do nothing on the 3, then we slap on the and then again we play on the 4. All right? So it sounds so complicated. I promise you it's not. If you just listen and feel it, sometimes that's the best way to do it. But we're going to play it. So, ready? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay? And again, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So let's move on to the E minor chord. So on the E minor chord, we know we didn't play anything on the 1, we played something on the 2 and the 3. So on the 1, we're going to do a double slap. So we're going to go 1 and, okay? So it goes 1 and, then we're going to do 2 just single slaps on the E, and that's on the 2 and the 3, and then on the 4, a return slap. So we're going to put that together, we're going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, we'll do that one more time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So there's no return between the 2 E's. We're just going to return on that 4 beat. So I'm going to speed it up a little bit and I'm going to play you the whole thing together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so what I suggest you do is you learn that to a metronome preferably. So if you want to be a really good musician, learn it to the counts, learn it with a click, because you really want to be feeling where those notes are supposed to fall. But if you're a real beginner and you just want to play the song, feel free to just learn the rhythm. So thank you for watching. I hope you found this video useful. If you want to learn the B section, if you want the PDF, the lyrics and the tab for this song, you can sign up to my Patreon. But also drop in the comments any other songs that you'd love to hear covered. Doesn't have to be originally played on a double bass. We can play anything that's played by a bass or a bass guitar or even a piano. So just let me know what you'd like to see on the channel and I will add it to the list. The link to the Patreon is in the description below, but you can also go to patreon.com/thebasspixie. You can sign up for as little as £3 a month, and every subscription really helps me bring you guys new content so I can bring some amazing future double bass players into the world via these videos. You also get downloads, so there's PDF charts for double bass specifically. There is also tab. We're looking at bringing some notation in, and there's extra video content. And also we have a community where we can chat with other double bass players that are learning or a little bit more advanced. And I'm also on there as often as I can. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. There's going to be a lot more content coming out this year. I hope you enjoyed it and keep rocking.